Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Big Le'Veon. It's Big Le'Veon, man. Let's see what these boys talking about, man. Let's see what these boys talking about, man. Big Le'Veon, man. Big W.
April 21st in New Orleans, Misfits Boxing is back live on the Zone. It's the X Series.
On the Zone!
And what a headline fight we have here. Le'Veon Bell.
Hello?
Against JMX. This is the card to kick it off in America, New Orleans, April 21st. Fellas, thank you both for joining us. I'll start with you, Le'Veon, based over in America as we speak. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I feel good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the fight.
Joel, JMX.
Doing good.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Misfits Boxing. Great having you the first time around. You got the win. Good fashion. You stopped Ginty. Talk to me a little bit how you're doing.
I'm doing good. Thank you for showing up this time, Le'Veon. Got a little bit cold feet. I can't fight through the technology isn't that good yet. We can't fight through Zoom.
No, I mean,
Right.
we've
No, I'm just saying. Cold feet
and we've done mystery opponents, but we've never done fights.
Damn, Jay. Okay, Jay.
On the list.
Let's jump
I thought he was going to be scared.
Quite keen to get speaking to Le'Veon there. How excited are you for this fight?
I'm super excited. My training's going incredible. Super disciplined, feeling dangerous. We've had a lot of time to prepare. And it's sick. It's in America, main event. I'm excited. This is what I want to be doing. So, yeah.
How do you feel that you mentioned it there that you're going to America? You're going to his backyard. Okay, it might not be exactly where he's based, but he's the American, so to speak. You're going to his territory. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think I need to do more. We know that it's going to be tough potentially to get a decision there. So I need to do a lot in that fight to make sure that I win.
Oh, he said he coming with that
smoke. Takes the pressure off in a way because it's always been an experience that I wanted to do. Fight stateside is pretty sick. I'm blessed to be able to do it. And so, yeah, I'm just pretty excited. Very excited.
What do you know of Le'Veon as a fighter? What have you seen? What have you learned? What have you picked up?
I've obviously seen his fights, and we know he's solid. We know he's a top level athlete, and a lot of respect for that. Obviously, it's in a different sport. Got my Miami Dolphins top today. I've been playing, gotta know your enemy. So I've been playing a lot of American football. I just want to agree straight away. When I win, Le'Veon, you need to admit that your football is not the real football. American football ain't the real football. We gotta admit that.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely admit that if you win.
Damn right. I'm gonna sell. This means a lot more now. This is huge.
God.
Hey, we've had a lot of bets.
We know what the real football is.
Years, over the months that we've been up and running.
The damn sure ain't a soccer ball.
Social media monikers going up for grabs. This is the big one, though. This is the football on the line. I like that. It's a really nice touch. Le'Veon, welcome to the conversation. Welcome to Misfits Boxing. What do you know? What do you know about JMX? Have you seen his last fight? Have you learned anything from that?
Yeah, I've seen his last fight. I've seen a couple of his fights. Even back to where they had the headgear on. I've been watching him. I know, I know what he brings to the table. I know the things he does well. I know he's gonna be a tough opponent. So obviously I know I got to bring my A game.
Okay. Damn, this like the first athlete that hasn't just come in saying like, "Oh, this is gonna be so easy for me because I'm really that guy. I've been athletic my whole life." Blah 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 blah. Like that. This is okay. Hold up, now this might be interesting.
So it's gonna be a good challenge for me. I'm excited. The fact that we are doing it in America, in New Orleans, I feel like in football, I've been in New Orleans a couple of times, 2-3 times, and I feel like every time I've been in New Orleans, I had a good showing. So I want to do the same thing in boxing. And I'm excited. When it gets to 21st, I feel like we'll put on a great show for the people.
What skills can you take? Because Joel is right to pick up. It is a different sport. It's fundamentally two different games. But there are certain things, athleticism obviously being the first one. What can you take over from that game to this game? What have you been able to transition?
I think, when you talk about athletic ability, I think in general, like my football kind of trans over in boxing for like
footwork,
my speed and quickness.
It's timing. It's probably gonna be crazy.
Timing. I think football helped me so much with like better time things. Like even when I'm trying to read holes and like trying to hit a hole or whatever, like I got to time it so when it opens or before it closes, I got to hit it before it closes. And I think it kind of helped trans over in boxing, just knowing like to better time punches or better time a slip or whatever it may be. That kind of helped me transition over in boxing and a lot of patience too. Being patient, in the ring. And I think in football, a lot of people use that word patience with me a lot because I never really feel rushed. Just kind of always on my pace. I go the speed I want to go. And I think I do the same thing in boxing.
I guess this is something that obviously you both work with your own coaches. You both have your own teams and how you operate. But is there something different, Le'Veon, in the mindset of working with your coach, transitioning from a team game to a solo performance? This is not, you will have to study JMX. You'll have to study his flaws, his weaknesses, his strengths, etc., etc. But this is not like, you can rely on this teammate or that teammate to help get you right. This is on you. you
right.
hold him to account.
Right, that's correct. You absolutely right about that. Because like you said in football, like there'd be times like even in football where I might have like the week before in the game I might have twisted my ankle or I might have hurt my shoulder or something. So I might be going into the next game where I'm not even 100% or but I got guys around me who's going to help rally the troops, who's going to help me in the sense of help my preparation. And the same thing, if a guy was hurt or something, I can help a guy on the football field. But when you're out there in the ring and boxing, it's all preparation. The only help you really got is I guess your sparring partners, your coaches, when you're prepping for it. But when you're actually in the game, like or in a boxing match, it's just you. It's about what the work you put in. You go to the corner. I guess you get a little adjustment.
Not lying though.
It's too late for adjustments at that time. What I'm saying? Because all the work already been put in. Your foundation's been laid. So I think that's the biggest difference with football and boxing. Just because boxing, it's really all yourself. It's really all about you. How far you want to take it versus in a team sport, you're only as good as your team. So yeah. So that's really the biggest difference for me.
100%. Joel, what do you take from what Le'Veon's saying? He's been on the big stage, so to speak. He's boxed and he's played football. He's used to having that attention and operating and performing under that pressure, as you have in a ring as well. But what do you make of what he's saying?
Yeah, no, I think obviously there's going to be a lot of advantages that he's going to take into it. He's an elite athlete. But I've boxed in front of 20,000 people as well. I've done this a few times. I have
come on.
A lot of other situations in life too.
Talk your shit.
And I come out on top. So I think there's stuff that I can bring. But I'm excited. It's a big challenge for sure. And it's one that's he's a top athlete, but that's why it's going to be sweeter when I do spark him out. That's why it's going to take me to the next level.
Talk to me about the game plan. I appreciate you may not want to give too much away, but you used a term there that's always going to get boxing fans' ears to prick up. You're going to spark him out. Talk to me a little bit about that energy, that attitude, and how you plan on doing that.
Got to bring the British slang over here, kind of reclaim football and that. So, I don't want to talk too much, but like I said, I don't think it's going to be very hard for me to win a decision. And we know that. And that's because we're over the pond. I'm the away fighter. I'm going to have to bring it. And I also want us to make a statement, just like VEON does. We both want to make statements. So we both got power. I think the game plans are relatively apparent. So I don't think there's much else to say.
I know there's a name that's going to come up inevitably throughout this build-up, and I don't want to focus too much on it because it's your guys' fight. So I'm just going to get it out the way early. You have expressed an interest, as he has in you and as Le'Veon has, and we've all spoken about this name, Logan Paul. There's a very clear interest in that fight further down the line for you, Joel. Le'Veon, I'll speak to you about that name in a moment. Joel, is Le'Veon...
Yo! Why haven't you subscribed? Don't know what you're doing with your life, but you really need to get it together, all right, baby? We're trying to hit some crazy numbers this year, so come link up, baby, okay? It's a party every single time.
Le'Veon, literally an obstacle for you to get past if you want that fight. Is he something that if you don't get past this obstacle, he takes that opportunity away from you?
I don't know exactly how the cookie crumbles. To make it very clear, I'm very focused on this fight. If anything, I think Le'Veon probably sparks Logan Paul as well as I do, to be honest, with all due respect. So like, I don't see it necessarily that way. I've always just said, he called me up first. He came to me, and then he was talking all this shit, and then he met me in person, and he was silent. So
what is happening right now?
What? To run that, but I just don't think.
What are they putting in the water?
That's all I say.
I like the short, sharp response on the matter. Le'Veon, just same question to you to tie that section up. Then, Logan, it's a huge opportunity for anybody who gets that fight with, with the attention and the size and the scale of that fight. How important is it with JMX to obtaining that fight? Do you have to beat JMX in order to get that opportunity?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I obviously think, for somebody, me or JMX to fight Logan, we have to win a fight for sure. And I'm thinking, I put on a good showing, and I win the fight. I still don't think he'll want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll still be a long shot of trying to fight him because of the fact that I feel like once
if anything, I think the loser has a better chance of fighting him. He's so scared.
Right. Yeah.
Logan's taking the loser.
Like I honestly think that. To be honest, yeah.
But to be
these niggas are on drugs. They are on drugs. Like these niggas are fighting in a free fight, and they think that that Logan Paul is about to fight one of the losers. This nigga's headlining WrestleMania like next weekend, and they think he's about to fucking. Listen, I love it. Listen, content's content. I respect it.
I think this is kind of like his move to wait and see like how we look. to see if he want to actually take the winner, But like I said, I'm ready for, whoever. I'm not, like I said, Logan is a guy who I like to beat on, but it's not just limited to him. So we'll see where it goes.
Okay, let's wrap that section up. And I want to come back to something. I just mentioned it with JMX there. I said, I like the short, sharp responses. In your individual interviews a couple of weeks ago, just before we announced this fight, I asked you both to pass a message on to the other one. And both of you gave me exactly that, a short, sharp message. Effectively, one to the other, it was be ready. There was talk of what's going to happen. I'm going to try this move and whatever. But ultimately, it was be ready because I'm coming. JMX, do you still have that energy towards Le'Veon? Be ready because I'm coming for you.
100%, man. I'm here to fucking win. Actually, on that point, I do have the neck strengthener for you, Le'Veon. So if you want to send me your address, DPT next day, sort you out.
Hey,
100%, man, I'm so fucking ready. I'm growing in confidence. In fact, as all I can do is put in the fucking work during training every single day and improve as much as I possibly can. I'm doing that. I'm shocked. Not shocked, but I'm like proud of myself for how fucking well I'm training and how hard and how disciplined. Haven't touched drink, which is a tool, which is quite big for me. So that even personally, like I'm taking strides that I didn't necessarily think I could do before. So from a personal aspect, like I'm developing in that sense. So then all I can do, like I can't come fight day. I just need to show up and perform, but everything's done by that point. So I take all my confidence in my training. I've got an amazing team and I'm putting fucking everything in.
All right.
Le'Veon, that's a very powerful sort of self-motivational speech. If nothing else, he's saying that he's putting everything in for you. He's listed just how important it is to him. You can see the passion within him. He's coming for you, man. What's your response to that?
Yeah, in respect, respectfully, I think we both know how important this fight is. He's gonna train as hard as he can. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna train as hard as I possibly can. I've been, like how you said, I've been gaining confidence. I think, even my last fight, I lost to Uriah, but I think, the me watching that fight over and over and over and over and over and over again, like I learned so much for that fight, and I took that, that motivation and all the pain and that feeling that I had that night. You know what I'm saying? I took all that, into my training, and I don't ever want to feel like that again, and I know that. So,
we're fucking hoping and praying.
I've been, locked in.
I am behind. When did Le'Veon Bell fight?
Focus.
When did this happen?
There's very few people who want it as bad as I do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nobody because like I said, it might be few, but I haven't really ran into somebody who is hungry as I am in the gym just because I'm new to this. You know what I'm saying? This is something I'm new to. This is something like that I want to do, and I want to prove to people like, hey, at one point, I was the best running back in football, and I said I was gonna be the best running back in football. So now I'm trying to show people like, hey, at one point I'm going to be the best boxer. I'm going to be the best at this. At my size, at my speed, whatever weight class I want to fight at, I'm going to be the best. And this is just, a next step in front of me. I respect my opponent. I know he's working hard. I know he's, going to be a very tough opponent, really worthy opponent. But that's only going to test me and make me that much better.
JMX, does that make this fight that little bit more serious for you?
It's crazy. I'm just not respectful because immediately I'm never telling nobody, everybody. I'm like, man, it's crazy. I'm just appalled that they would even think that it was smart to even step in a ring with a man like me. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, because he said it there about being.
I don't respect him at all.
That he can be. He set that goal from a young age, and whatever happens in boxing, because as we all know, I think you don't lose, you learn. That was a very sort of tough fight for Le'Veon last time, but he also has a very good win on the record as well. But boxing aside, he set a goal in football, which is a notoriously difficult sport to sort of climb up the ranks, and he did it. Does that make it that much more important to you that this guy's serious? There's a lot of fighters out there, no names mentioned, that may talk, but that, point in the face, they're not about that.
Oh, it's never been in question. Like, I know it's serious. I know he's incredibly serious. I'm expecting the very best.
Okay.
What did you make of the fight? Well, I mean, there was a great win with the so-called knockout, and there was the tough loss that, at the time it did seem a little close, but as Le'Veon said, he's washed it back against a very experienced fighter. Let's be fair. What did you make of those two performances?
Yeah, I mean, the knockout, like I said before, the guy stood still. He did ask for the knockout. And the Uriah, he begged for it, in fact. But the Uriah Hall one, that was an impressive showing. I'm not going to sit here and be on that. I mean, I don't know how much Uriah Hall gave a fuck about the fight. But like this, I can only give respect for that performance. Like that wasn't, I don't see that as a loss. Like I'm not going like, oh, look at that fight. Oh, he lost that fight. He's on a losing streak. I'm saying like, fuck, he's obviously gone in there, learned a lot, taken a lot from that fight. It was an impressive performance against the opposition. And so I'm taking that very seriously. I think I don't see it as a loss. But there's still
I'm not taking somebody's loss serious. What the fuck is he talking about?
And like I said, we've got a lot of power. I've been working this camp on being dangerous. I didn't really get to do that last camp. after a very long layoff. And yeah, I'm just excited for the fireworks to start.
Le'Veon, he talks about the fireworks in his last fight, obviously getting Ginty out of there. He promised to do that. We spoke a lot during that fight week with Joel, and he promised that he would get him out there. However, it wasn't as plain sailing as maybe he would have liked it. Obviously, Ginty surprised a lot of people. We've got to bring it up. What did you make of JMX's last performance?
Yeah, JMX, he did what he was supposed to do. He got him out of there. I think it was like the first round, like Ginty caught him with a punch. JMX was like off balance or whatever. I knew he wasn't really hurt. He had an expressive showing. I don't think, Ginty, I don't think, he did too bad. I think JMX just kind of made him look kind of ordinary. Man,
looked terrible.
He did.
He didn't make him look.
Yeah, he supposed to do. Got him out of there.
He did bad, bro. He looked stiff the entire time. He got him out of there. Yeah, he ended up winning it. He ended up surviving. He didn't go. He went down, but he did get up pretty fast. I'm gonna give him that. But Ginty made it hard for him, bro. Ginty was not an easy fight for JMX at all.
I'm saying, I'm sure he got a lot better since his last fight, because he said he wasn't even impressed with his last win. He wasn't, happy with the way he got him out. So I'm pretty sure that he plans on having a better showing, versus me. I obviously can't allow that to happen. What
he did show is that he's able to tee off. And when
he didn't show anything. He showed the fact that somebody like Ginty was able to still put him on his fucking back. And that shit's weird.
Back against the ropes.
Ginty?
Teeing off and landing
what the fuck is going on, bro?
How important is it for you to stay out of the way of his power?
Very important. I know he got power. Long guy. So it's going to be a very good challenge for him, I think, my speedy quickness is going to have to, really show, take over. And I plan on doing that, showcasing my boxing ability, showcasing my skill, and letting people know, like, hey, how serious I am about boxing, bro. Like, it's just a great opportunity for me, great opportunity for JMX. I'm excited. We definitely going to put on a show for the people, for sure.
Well, it's certainly a fight that's captured the imagination. It's the UK versus the USA. It's JMX, Le'Veon Bell. But more importantly than any of that is football versus soccer. I want to get this finally, before we start off, I'm going to get Mams Taylor on the phone and get contracts drawn up for this.
Signed and sealed.
Now, obviously,
ain't no way
to stay impartial, and I'm going to stay impartial on everything throughout this fight campaign, except for maybe this. Being in the Team UK football camp. Let me get this straight. JMX gets the win. Le'Veon's going to come out live on the zone after the fight and say, "Do you know what? That's the real football." But if Le'Veon gets the win,
I thought he was talking about Logan Paul.
It's going to hurt me to say it. Do you have to put your hands up and say, from the UK, we've got to go calling it soccer now?
It's soccer now. It's soccer. Yeah. No, I got to win.
Yep. That's the bit. That's the deal.
There's a lot of people. There's a whole football community back home, JMX, that is now banking on you bringing this dub back, because that's stakes. This is the real battle. Listen, fellas, I sort of got the impression that it might be like this. You're both very respectful. Both very respectful characters. There's not been a lot of trash talking. I wonder if we'll see that as it goes up, because there's not trash talking, but there is a serious undertone there. You respect one another, but I fully appreciate you're both coming to bring it. Any final words to one another before we wrap this up?
Man, it's gonna be lights, camera, action for sure. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans, USA, bro. It's gonna be so fucking fun. So, the fact that JMX is coming to the US, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta put on a show, even for his fans. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to do the same thing. So it's gonna be so fucking fire. Just make sure, you bring your A game, everybody tuned in, make sure you locked in. April 21st, it's gonna go down. I promise you.
JMX, final words.
Two fucking big guys with real fucking skill. This is gonna be a damn good fight. I'm so fucking ready.
Nola, turn up April 21st, live
Come
on the
on.
Zone. Misfits X Series 006. We are coming. It's the UK versus the USA. We'll see you there.
Bum, bum, bum.